Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Community Roots Presents The Front Porch, a program sponsored by the Northland Neighborhood Action Council, Census 2020, and Community Foundation. Why are we coming together? To have a conversation around an adage that was brought to us by the wisdom from the community which we come from. My name is Patrick McNeil, and I represent the 48505. And it is a joy to have you with us today. And with me, I have three illustrious co-hosts who will give you their name and tell you a little bit about themselves as we get started. We will start with the Professor, Todd Womack.
Hey, what's going on, people? Todd Womack, 48505. Bundy Street, dead end. Just glad Patrick invited me on this porch. You know, sometimes he try to ignore me and don't invite me to the last minute. So I'm just glad I got the first invite today. So appreciate you, brothers, man, for allowing me to come stand and sit on this porch with y'all this afternoon.
Hey, thank you, Todd, for allowing us on your porch. Next, I would like to bring the Thought Man, Sylvester Jones.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Sylvester Jones. Of course, from the 48505, representing Dewey Elementary School. I want to thank my friend Patrick for allowing me to be a part of this program, but also just allow me to be on his porch with these other brothers that bring so much to this conversation. Looking forward to this, and it's going to be a blessing.
Thank you, Bob, and we really appreciate your help. And last but surely not least is the finisher, the closer.
Hey.
Junior, Willie Smith.
All right. Hey, my name is Willie Smith. I'm happy to be with you, gentlemen, and our audience today. Back on the front porch. I love the porch, and just pull up a stoop and let's talk.
Well, you know what, Willie? Thank you, man, for allowing us to pull up something. You know, the beauty of growing up on the front porch is that you didn't always sit in the chair. You found what you could to rest your tail on for a few moments, and you tried to gather the wisdom that was sitting there at the table. There's an African proverb that says that that proverbs are the sons and daughters of knowledge. And having this idea is why we're here together. And so to kick off knowledge for us today will be Junior. Junior, come on, give me something, man, that we can talk about today from our front porch.
All right. Well, this comes from a gentleman that my father introduced me to. His name was Red. That's what we called him, Red. And Red was a fisherman. And if anybody knows me, my father, my family, we all love to fish. And part of the fishing experience is, of course, catching the biggest one, but also you get a lot off your chest. You're able to talk and out there on the water about each other, about life, and a lot of different things. And on a couple of different occasions, Red brought this up to me. He told me, Willie, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk far, walk together. And that mystified me when he actually told me, because I was doing so much. I was probably about 13, and I was involved in our junior block club. And our junior block club allowed us to come together as a group, and we kind of took all the little side jobs on the street. So we did all the cutting, we did the raking, the shoveling. I even got a chance after doing that for some time to go into people's houses. They trusted me to actually go in and paint and do some other little things. But and he knew I was doing a lot of different things. So he told me that. So
Willie, let me throw this right back at you. So what do you think Red was trying to tell you, man? What do you get a sense that Red? What did you sense that Red saw around you that he wanted you to know this more than anything else he potentially could have told you?
Well, he knew I liked to do a lot of different things, and that I was involved with several different groups. And he said, uh, the basis of this, what he was trying to tell me was that you'll get more done working together than you will working alone.
Mm.
Although working alone, you don't have to answer to anybody, and you can get it done faster. But it generally doesn't have the longevity that working with someone else has, because you have to go through a process when you're working with other people, and you discuss it and you talk about it, and they come at you from different viewpoints. So by doing that, you get a more rounded view, and things will generally work out better for a larger group.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. Come on, Sylvester. Weave into that thing, my friend.
Yeah, I think the closer hit the nail on the head with that, is that we really have to be thinking about the not only, you know, how easy it is to do something alone, but the many benefits associated with doing things with someone else. And I think as I think about this proverb, I'm thinking about this this proverb, or you know, a poem that I read about geese, and how when they're flying south, how they are in this V formation and they tend to rotate. So they don't let any one geese take on the brunt of the wind by him or herself. They rotate. When one geese gets tired, then they rotate. And so I think that proverb essentially says is, you know, you can accomplish a lot more when you go with other people, because when one gets weary, then you get to rotate who's in leadership. And so I think it really speaks to the value in working with other people, even though that work is extremely difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, it's good you said that, Sylvester. So Professor Todd, I want to throw something at you that plays off of what Willie and what Sylvester just said. So think about this: when you're doing this work, he's talking to a 13-year-old boy, and you know, at 13, if we're not nothing else, there's a whole lot of selfish in us. So thinking about this hindsight, what is it about being young and not really wanting to, or understanding this idea of coming together for a better or a common good?
Yeah, so I guess as a 13-year-old, your adage is me, myself, and I.
Mm.
You know, you just thinking about that's the only thing on your mind, me, myself, and I. As I think our elders was just trying to help us understand that they recognize they only got to where they were when they took a community or a communal approach to life, right? It's kind of like, man, my wife, you know, her mother's Jamaican, right? But she got over here, man, because her aunt was having children and she needed someone to help her manage the household. So she sent back for my wife's mother, right? Her niece, to come over. And then when my wife's mother came over, she eventually sent back for one of her sisters, and then another sister. And then, so it's never about me, myself, and I. It's always we.
Mm. That's deep, man, because, you know, and it's funny you bring that up, Todd. It forces me to go back and think about how I never understood my family's dynamics, because at times I would have people who ended up being sisters who I thought were cousins, or people who I thought were cousins who were sisters and really were cousins. Because my family did the same thing. If we had an elder who was older and there was no man to stay with her, or no child, they would send one of their kids to go stay with them, so that they would have someone to help them to fix the meals and get the chores done and do whatever it took, and to make sure that that person was safe. And growing up, I didn't have no sense about it. I'm from Flint. So I'm thinking, if you live in the house with somebody, you some kin, real close kin. I didn't understand the communal part of being down there and understanding, because to me, they were slow. Everything down south was slow. Everything they did was slow. Matter of fact, the thing that they told me, if they wasn't telling me I talk proper, they told me I talk too fast. And so, Willie, when you begin to think about that, how do you see Red's conversation in your 13-year-old self? How did you take it?
Well, because I was involved with so much stuff, I think he was trying to tell me in a roundabout way that I don't have to do everything.